Imagine a world where communication took days, even weeks, and accessing information required a trip to the library. Hard to picture, isn't it? This, my friends, was the world before the internet. In those days, the written word was king. Letters, often painstakingly handwritten, were the primary means of communication. Imagine pouring your heart and soul into a piece of paper, sealing it in an envelope, and entrusting it to the postal system, hoping it would reach its destination in a week or two. Or maybe you needed a quicker response. In that case, you'd send a telegram, a service that turned your message into a series of Morse code signals transmitted over telegraph lines. Then, there were landline telephones, a revolutionary invention of the late 19th century. With their rotary dials or touch-tone keypads, these devices connected people across towns, cities, and even countries. However, long-distance calls were pricey, and the lines could become congested, leading to those irritating busy signals. Now let's turn our attention to how we accessed information pre-internet. The library, with its endless aisles of books, was the epicenter of knowledge. Whether you were a student writing a research paper, a professional seeking industry insights, or simply a curious mind, the library was your refuge. And then there were encyclopedias, those hefty volumes of information that covered every topic under the sun. They were the Google of their day, albeit much more limited and certainly not as easily updated. Yes, the world before the internet was vastly different. It was a world where patience was a virtue, where anticipation built as you awaited a reply to your letter, where the thrill of discovery was found within the pages of a book, in a quiet library. It was a world where information wasn't at our fingertips and communication wasn't instantaneous. Indeed, it was a different world, a world that was about to change dramatically. The wheel of time turned, and with it came a revolution, the internet revolution. As we journey back to the 1960s, we find ourselves at the inception of this technological marvel. The seeds of the internet were sown in the fertile ground of innovation, with the creation of ARPANET, the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. This was a project funded by the U.S. Department of Defense, aiming to create a network that could survive any disruption, even a nuclear attack. Little did they know, their creation would become the backbone of a global communication network. As the 1970s rolled in, the internet took a significant leap forward. The first email was sent by Ray Tomlinson, a name that would forever be etched in the annals of internet history. He used the @ sign to address a message from one computer to another, a simple yet groundbreaking idea that would forever change the way we communicate. Fast forward to the 1980s, a new player entered the scene, the Domain Name System, or DNS. This system translated complex numerical IP addresses into human-readable addresses, making the internet more accessible to everyday users. And then, in the early 1990s, the birth of the World Wide Web, thanks to Tim Berners-Lee. The World Wide Web, different from the internet itself, is a system of documents and other web resources linked by hyperlinks and URLs. It was a radical innovation that made the internet not just a network for computers, but a platform for people, allowing us to share and access information like never before. The late 20th century was a time of rapid change and unprecedented technological advancement. The internet, once a novel concept used by a select few, was now becoming an integral part of everyday life. The groundwork was laid, and the stage was set for a revolution that would change the world. What started as a military experiment soon exploded into a global phenomenon. The 1990s and early 2000s were witness to the rapid expansion of the internet, a period aptly termed the Internet Explosion. It was during this time that the internet moved from being a niche technology for academics and researchers to a household necessity. The creation of web browsers in the mid-1990s was a game-changing innovation. No longer was the internet a complex tool only understood by the technologically savvy. Browsers like Netscape Navigator and Microsoft's Internet Explorer transformed the internet into a user-friendly environment. They provided a graphical interface, turning an abstract web of data into a navigable sea of information. But the explosion wasn't just about accessibility, it was also about discovery. Enter the era of search engines, virtual librarians guiding us through the ever-growing wealth of online data. Yahoo and Google emerged as early leaders, pioneering algorithms that brought order to the internet's chaos. At the turn of the millennium, the internet began to reshape commerce. E-commerce, once a novelty, became a common way of shopping. Companies like Amazon and eBay disrupted traditional retail, offering convenience and variety that brick-and-mortar stores could not match. But perhaps the most profound change brought on by the internet explosion was the rise of social media. Websites like MySpace and Facebook didn't just enable communication, they transformed it. We began to share our lives online, connecting with friends and strangers alike in ways we never thought possible. And so, the internet, once a military experiment, became an integral part of our daily lives. It changed how we communicate, how we shop, how we search for information, and so much more. The internet had not just arrived, it had taken over. The internet revolution didn't just change how we communicate and access information, it changed our lives. Let's delve into the profound impact this revolution has had on various aspects of life, starting with communication. In a world once reliant on letters, telegrams, and rotary dial telephones, we now have the ability to instantly connect with anyone, anywhere, at any time. Social media platforms, email, and instant messaging have all but eliminated the barriers to communication, making it faster, easier, and more efficient than ever before. Moving on to business, the internet has ushered in an era of unprecedented global commerce. With the advent of e-commerce, businesses can reach customers across the globe. The internet has also enabled the rise of digital marketing, transforming the way businesses promote their products and services. Remote work, once a rarity, has now become commonplace, thanks to the connectivity offered by the internet. The realm of education hasn't been immune to the influence of the internet either. Online learning platforms, digital textbooks, and virtual classrooms have revolutionized the way we learn. The internet has democratized education, making it accessible to anyone with a connection, regardless of their location. Entertainment too has been transformed by the internet. Streaming platforms have replaced traditional television, offering a plethora of choices at our fingertips. Social media and online gaming have introduced new forms of interactive entertainment, connecting people across the world through shared experiences. In essence, the internet has made the world a global village, connecting us in ways we could never have imagined. It has broken down geographical barriers, fostering a sense of global community. It has transformed every facet of our lives, from the way we communicate to how we conduct business, pursue education, and entertain ourselves. The internet revolution, a revolution that continues to shape our world. The internet revolution is not over. In fact, it's just beginning. As we continue to ride this wave of digital evolution, we find ourselves peering into a future filled with limitless possibilities. A future where the internet is not just a tool, but an integral part of our daily lives. We stand on the threshold of an era where the lines between the physical and digital world are increasingly blurred. The next phase of the internet revolution is being fueled by advancements in technology such as fifth-generation wireless technology, or 5G, the Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence. Imagine a world where everything is connected. That's the promise of 5G and the Internet of Things. 5G, with its high speed and low latency, will enable a new kind of internet, one that's faster, more reliable, and capable of handling more devices than ever before. This isn't just about faster downloads or smoother streaming. It's about a network that can support the billions of devices that make up the Internet of Things, from smart homes and self-driving cars to wearable tech and industrial machinery. Meanwhile, artificial intelligence is set to revolutionize how we interact with the internet. AI has the potential to make the internet more intuitive, personalized, and responsive. It could transform the way we search for information, how we shop, even how we communicate. Imagine a virtual assistant that not only understands your requests, but anticipates your needs. That's the power of AI, but these are just a glimpse of what lies ahead. The future of the internet is still being written. And while we can't predict every twist and turn, we can be sure that the internet will continue to evolve, bringing with it new opportunities, challenges, and ways of connecting. As we stand on the brink of a new era, one thing is certain: the internet revolution will continue to shape our future, making the impossible possible.